Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Today I want to talk about drivers. And as you can see, I have two of them. And I'm going to start by specifically talking about like right now. It's winter time and the courses are playing long just because of the weather, so balls aren't flying as far. And most courses, because of the winter time and the grass is dormant, and because of the amount of rain, and recently just last week we had some snow over here, even in South Carolina, courses are playing longer because the fairways are staying much softer. And so I think if you can, there's some things you can do to help you hit the ball better with your driver and actually longer. And that is, you need to have more air time. To have more air time, you need more loft. As you can see here, I have two drivers. They're the exact same drivers. They're the KZG SP700 titaniums, which are really the 355 heads we've made. These clubs are both identical in the length as well as every factor of the shaft. They were built by Lynn Griffin of the Golf Stop, and they're identical matches except for one thing. They are a 10.5 degree driver, which is, you know, average loft for what would they say would be standard for most companies. And then I have a 12 degree. Now, normally, any of you that have been to Lynn Griffin or any of our certified fitters, you would know that they say that as your club head speed starts to drop, you need more loft, and they recommend many times for players who are getting well below 100 miles per hour driver speed to go from a 10.5 up to about a 12 or even a 13 or 14, so you can get launch angle. Because even if you have a very square impact, launch angle affected by more club loft on the driver head will give you a better launch angle, and it'll fly through the air farther. And why is airtime more important? Well, it's more important for a number of reasons. Number one, if you have to carry a ditch or a hazard out there, or you have a long carry just to get to the fairway, or you're trying to hit a ball over the corner of a bunker, or get it anything that you have to hit at airtime. Airtime comes from launch angle and height. And so it's the same concept. Like every time you ever heard, even the guys on tour, I heard J.B. Holmes one time in a playing lesson with the pros, when he decided, he told a student he was playing with that he was going to take it over the corner trees because he could knock it on the green. It was like about a 340-yard hole. And he said, I take it over the trees. And then after he hit it, he said, notice I teed the ball up higher because I want to launch it a lot higher to carry it, to keep it in the air longer. All right? So airtime, true airtime, is the essence of true distance. You know, can you carry that bunker? Can you carry that water hazard out there? And this applies to every shot, whether it be a fairway wood off the out there in the fairway, hitting it to the green, where you have to carry either water in front of the green or green side from bunker. Airtime is important, and I think I always like to see much better airtime. People hit it with a good launch angle, and hitting the ball high is never bad as long as the ball is penetrating and through the air and holding the line. And so airtime's good. I taught DJ from a little boy to now to just hit the ball. He can bomb it up there real high in the air, but he can hit it low as he wants. But I right now, getting back to the loss we're talking about here, I am playing all winter with the 12 degree. Because why? The ball doesn't go as far in the on the ground anymore because of the ground conditions of freezing overnight and thawing out a little bit during the day, and so the grass and the ground stays softer. And so I want to hit the ball farther in the air with my normal swing, not having to try to work harder to hit it higher. And so I played a 12, and that's why I think I'm really getting good ball distance right now. I'm hitting the ball very well. I'm getting good launch angle, and I'm seeing a flight pattern that I like to see, especially in the summertime when the ball is actually compressed better because the air is warmer. I get still the same launch angle with my 10, but I need a 12 right now. So if you have the ability to be able to, and the means to afford two drivers, I think it would behoove you to get one with more loft that you can still use in the summertime. Because again, what about when we get in those rain stretches when it's rained a lot, or they're having to water the fairways a lot to keep the grass green, and so the fairways are soft, you're not getting any roll? Go to your higher lofted driver. And for most of us, 12 would work just fine. And again, if you've got really low driver speeds, you'd want to be playing 12 year round, and maybe go to a 13 or 14 when you want that little bit more launch angle and height to get more carry under wet conditions, or any condition that the ball is hitting and not rolling out. Basically, we're talking hitting it and you almost get negative roll because it hits and sits down or even goes backwards sometimes. That's when you want the more loft. When conditions are normal and the fairways are getting harder and firmer and the balls are rolling out, then you drop back down to your lesser loft. In my case, it's a 10.5. Well, that's just a thought today about going out and how changing your equipment, the same equipment but except for a loft distance, can make a big difference in how well you drive the ball. And this can also apply to your fairway woods, and in many cases that's the key to playing your same game but still playing to your abilities and shooting those lower scores. All right, well, that's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.